I didn't sleep very good last night. And as exhausted as I am, that says a lot. I woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up with a pit in my stomach because I hope that the people of Colorado understand that some of us are truly fighting for you. We are making laws on this floor to take from one person to another, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I don't know that all of you get that analysis, but that's been pretty much the only consistent thing in these chambers that I have learned as a freshman legislator. We have pitted landlords against tenants or renters. We have pitted employers or employees against their employers. We have said that small businesses are the enemy. That's pretty much the consistency here in this chamber. I pay more and I will get less. The more that I make and the more I pay, the less TABOR refund I will get on the basis of equity. Telling people the harder you work, the more we will take, because that's fair. Who is that fair to? A lot of you know that I have held 2 fundraisers on my own for the McKinney-Vento kids in Douglas County, the homeless children. Because yes, we do have homeless children in Douglas County. And we are telling them in schools that they are less, so they deserve more. What do you think is going to be the outcome of that? Telling kids they deserve more because they are less. That's what we're doing here. We're saying the less that you receive, the more you get because of other people. That's equity. We have taken letters out of equality to seem fair, and we are destroying the state because of it. Stakeholdering and rush legislation. I don't know if you guys have talked to some of the lobbyists out there, but they say this is the darkest session they've ever been a part of. They say that this has become what is happening in this chamber, that we are pushing bills, big bills, at the end of session that matter to the entire state, not a social media bill or a bill that maybe doesn't affect all of Colorado, but important bills that affect our entire state. At the end of legislation, they say it's become the gold standard. What does that tell you? People that have been here for 20 years saying, y'all are rushing this. We got this literally, like the representative from Delta said, in appropriations, it was hot off the press. That's how fresh it was. And we were laughed at because it's only 4 pages and we should have the time to read it. Is that how we're legislating? That I should have the time to read it in the middle of the committee. We had one lady called up to testify who couldn't testify to the bill because it hadn't been posted online for her to testify, and we laughed at her. Well, it's online now. It's only 4 pages. We've read it, so you should be able to read it. And all the while knowing that some of you had privy to this. Is that democracy? Is that what we're telling our community? That I'm sorry you didn't have the bill, and I'm sorry your First Amendment rights have been silenced because the bill wasn't online when we called you up to testify, and that you're not smart enough to read it. The 4 little pages at $2.4 billion. This isn't $2,000. This is $2.4 billion of our money. And people signed up to testify after the schedule had been changed over and over and didn't even have a bill to testify on. And we thought that was funny. Why didn't we make a task force? We have task force everything short of how to tie your shoes in this chamber. Why aren't we taking this to the public, inviting them in, telling them this is what's going to happen. If you make this much money and you pay this much taxes, you're going to get the same amount as this person. Why haven't we told our community that? Why haven't we said, hey, Douglas County constituents, hey, El Paso constituents, hey, Boulder County, come to the table. This is your money. Come to the table and help us decide. We didn't do that. We were on a power trip in this chamber. And we're deceiving our constituents and on the basis of policy. Less than 24 hours. Didn't even allow people to testify in their house. This is not our house. This is their house. This is 6 million people's house. This isn't 65 people's house. This is the house of 6 million people in the state of Colorado. And we didn't even give them the right to come to the table. I didn't sign up for that. And then, out of respect, I've listened to you with personal points of privilege. I had one. Talk about being silenced. And we got silenced. 1 hour debate on something that affects everyone in our district. And most of you voted to silence that. 1 hour debate on a $2.4 billion bill. I couldn't even live with myself if I did that to you guys. Especially when you come up here and say you've been silenced. The audacity, the hypocrisy. And now we're doing that to the 6 million people that live in Colorado. Tell me how you do that. Because I have to go back to Douglas County and tell my constituents, yeah, Rule 14, Rule 16, and guess what? We didn't even let you guys testify in your house. Our governor is holding citizens hostage with this normalized rebate. He's probably going to come up with some good jingle like Colorado cashback. So you guys can think that he's giving you money when it's your money. It is the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. Colorado, this is your money. Do not be deceived by a jingle from our governor. This is your money. And he's holding it hostage so that you vote for Proposition HH. Your money. You pay into this. Don't let some jingle deceive you. This is a way to punish the good people of Colorado for owning property. Plain and simple. And he's holding your money hostage. The Taxpayer Bill of Rights. It's been here for 30 years. This is equity. This is not equality. And I pray, Colorado, that this is the final tipping point for you, that you will wake up to the poor legislation being passed at the expense to your pocketbooks. This is your money. Do not let them take it from you. I urge a no vote wholeheartedly on this bill. Thank you.